Welcome back to the gun dungeon. Got the old Smith & Wesson 642 out here today. You know, I shoot the wheels off this little gun quite a bit, and it just dawned on me, I've never really done a video on it. And no, this is not a first shots video at all. This thing has been shot a lot. I like the little J-frames, I do. Something about a little tiny revolver just sits well with me. I will say this, they're very popular guns for concealed carry, self-defense, things of that nature. They are not easy to master though. That is something that is a common misconception amongst gun people is, you know, if you got a new shooter or you got a girlfriend or whatever that wants a gun, get her a J-frame. I mean, yeah, they're cute, they're small, they're easy to operate. They're not easy to shoot. It's one of the more difficult handguns that I have, that I shoot regularly, to actually master. I have to take my time and slow fire to make consistently good hits. And you saw there, I still missed. The triggers aren't light, they're fairly heavy, they're fairly long. You've got to be consistent with your trigger pull all the way through. Where is that switch? There it is. There we go. You've got to be consistent with your trigger pull all the way through. Short sight radius, typically fairly crappy sights. Just a little U-notch in the rear here. Just a milled front sight. Rounds fall out if you don't close the cylinder. Where'd that go? Today's video is brought to you by Vetter Holsters. I'd like to thank them for helping the channel out. Here's one of the products they sent over for me. This one fits my 365 XL with the red dot on it. You see it's cut for that. Also has the claw feature on it. Keeps that butt tucked in closer to your body. Another example is this holster for the HK VP9. This is their outside the waistband model. Just look at that cool pattern on that. Excellent retention, great products. So if you want to go help them out, which they help me out, so it works out both ways, I'll put a link to their website below. Go check out Vetter Holsters. There we go, I found it. But yeah, I mean, the manual of arms, super simple. I agree with that, 100%. They're easy to use. They're not easy to shoot, especially at any distance. These are 12 yards or so, and I can't run all 5 rounds quickly through these targets and consistently make hits with any speed whatsoever. And I shoot a lot. I can use the P365 and make faster, more consistent hits just because of the trigger and the way that it operates. That's just the way that it is. The trigger is better for me. So there was 5 hits, but it wasn't fast, and I had to concentrate on it. You know, under stress, that type of concentration may or may not be there. And I know these things are meant for very, very close quarters. But you know, why start out with something harder to operate for a new shooter? Now, back to the point. They are excellent guns for concealed carry, for self-defense, and I don't typically use them for pocket. I have a few times. Typically like cargo shorts or something like that. I can pocket carry something like this and get away with it. Ball shorts, I like an LCP. Small, thin, light. These are fairly light too. These are the air weights. There's a couple different variants of them, of course. The 642 is hammerless. Yeah, I think the 638 has the shrouded hammer. 637 has the full regular size hammer. I think they call that the Chief Special or something like that. But there's a couple different variants. I know you can get performance center models and a couple different barrel lengths and stuff like that. But you know, this is just a pretty standard model. 642, feel like it's pretty common, and I like it well. See what I mean? I still missed. Still had a miss. Now, is that a training thing? Absolutely. 100% a training thing. Not going to argue that at all. You know what's better than a Smith & Wesson 642 though? 2 Smith & Wesson 642s. So what's the first thing you notice here? This is mine. Whose do you think this is? You guessed it. Whenever me and the missus met, this was her gun. This is what she had, hence the pink grips. They're marketed towards women quite a bit, the little J-frames are. Even the Taurus, little small revolvers, they got pink ones. Charter Arms have full pink guns. J-frame small revolvers are marketed towards women quite a bit. I think that's not a great idea. But that's the way that it is. You know what happened? She wasn't a gun person. We got together. She started shooting some of my other stuff. This became a hidden living room gun. That's where it has spent the majority of its life now, is hidden behind a picture frame in the living room. Because she realized, she thought she was just a bad shooter. She wasn't. She just wasn't able to shoot this well. She now carries a P365 and shoots well with it. And I gotta pry her little fingers off my CZs all the time because she loves those. You know, another common misconception with J-frame, snub noses, small revolvers is that they aren't accurate. Now, I haven't said once that they are not accurate. I've said they are hard to shoot. But if you can do your part, they are accurate. Let's see if I can demonstrate this. Up here, somewhere, I'm trying to look in the camera and see, is a 12-inch plate at 80 yards. Let's see if I can do this. You saw it firsthand, right there. But if you've seen any of my shorts or you watch my channel for any time, you've seen me do that with this little gun before. They'll shoot. If you can do your part, they will shoot. There's no question about it. But it is very hard to do that. It takes a lot of concentration, takes a lot of practice, and you have to really want it. Just for the fun of it, seeing a full-grown man shooting a gun with pink grips. Let's put a couple downrange through her little J-frame. I can tell you this, my cylinder spins a lot more freely than hers does. Mine's got a lot more use. I think my triggers probably worked a little smoother too, but they're real close to the same. You're not gonna get Colt Python action out of a little J-frame. It's just not gonna happen. So as I said earlier, I do carry a J-frame. Sometimes, like I said, in cargo shorts pockets, but where I found that these things really come in handy for me anyways, is if I need something deep concealment inside the waistband. I have a hybrid type holster, you know, like the Crossbreed Super Tuck type holsters, got the 2 hooks, leather backing, Kydex cup. Seems like a big holster for a small gun, but if you put that on and slap this sucker in there with a little bit of cant to it, it tucks away, you can't see it, you don't print. It works great for that. That's what I use it for a lot if I need something super deep concealment. Now, if I'm going downtown Thugtown in Huntington, I'm not taking this. I'm carrying something else because I want more than 5 rounds. And honestly, the best, fastest way to reload this sucker is just like that. The old New York reload. So if you really know you could run into a situation where it's a high chance of needing more than 5 rounds, carry 2, because the speed loads aren't very speedy at all. Well, that's what I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Check the description below for all the Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, all that jazz. I have all that in the description below. Be sure and go check that out. And until next time, guys, stay tuned.